Hello friends, I am Chevee. Welcome to my shed. How are you doing today? How's life in your world? You know, when I was at work today and I was getting ready to come home, I had a topic that I wanted to talk about, and by the time I got home, no clue what that was. So, it is what it is. But it's a little bit early for me recording the video simply because I have company coming over tonight. Gonna have a little dinner and play games and stuff and hang out. And maybe that, I don't know that this is what I was going to talk about, but I got, I had made these plans. I have people coming to the house, and I bought food, and I'm cooking and all that sort of stuff. And then I get this text message today that's like, can you take Keely to practice? And I said, I can't. I'm sorry. No. And I feel bad about it. I feel bad because it was a last minute. I feel bad because I don't want to change my plans. But at the same time, I got asked at the last minute. I got asked this morning, and it's like I can't. I'm sorry. I made plans, and that's just, I don't. I don't deal very well with plan changes when things don't go the way I expect them to go. It really breaks me down. And it can be very difficult. It can be very difficult for me to recover from that. And I had a similar situation happened yesterday, and I thought that I was going to come home and work on this cabinetry, because I had made plans to do that, and then in the long run things got shifted around, and it didn't work out, and I got grumpy about it. And when stuff like that happens, and I get grumpy about it, and then I'm left alone for a while, like I was alone for 3 or 4 hours, I get kind of stuck inside of myself. I get stuck in my own head, and it becomes very difficult for me to get out of that. And I don't always know how to recover. Well, to be truthful, I don't ever know how to recover. I get this idea that I'm going to do this, and then that has to change because of other people or outside circumstances, and suddenly I'm like, well, everything is screwed. I don't want to do this anymore. And if I'm not alone in that process, if it's because I have to do something else, I can kind of transition. But if my plans have changed and I'm just stuck, and then I don't know how to say it. But it really wears me down, and I really get frustrated and aggravated. And then when I get left like that for an extended period of time, and I kind of isolate myself internally, then it becomes very difficult for me to open myself back up and enjoy company. So last night was one of those nights, and it was frustrating, and I know that, and I wish I could have approached the situation better, but I didn't. And then, I kind of put a peg in it and try to think about it later on, and I've done that. Last night I thought about it quite a bit. Today I thought about it some. I'm just trying to, process how I handle sudden changes. And today, honestly, this was the first time I said no. This was the first time when I was asked, can I pick Keely up and take her to practice? I said no, I can't. And I feel bad about it because she's my kid and I should be able to be there for her. But at the same time, if it was just I was having, I had a little thing planned, it would be one thing, but I actually have like a dinner planned and games and stuff. And so it was a bigger deal to change, my plans. And I still thought about it all day. I still can't get out of my head, because now I feel like I'm not a failure. That's harsh. I feel like I've done something wrong by saying no. I feel like, because I had plans and I said no, I've, I've let my family down or something, and you know, I don't know how to deal with it. I don't know how to do that. I haven't found a good coping mechanism for plan changes, and that was you know, one of the massive conflicts between my ex and I were just she was very fly by the minute, and I was very much if something was proposed as a plan, then that was how it was supposed to be, and if it changed, then I got all disarrayed. I don't work well that way. If there is no plan, if there's nothing going on and there's no structure, then I'm perfectly okay with flying by the seat of my pants and just making stuff up as we go and figuring it out. But when there's a plan and there's an agreement between people, or an agreement between myself and my goals and my tasks, then it's very hard for me to break away from that and not get lost in myself. Man, this video makes no sense. Maybe you know what I'm talking about. If you do, let me know in the comments, because there's got to be a way to condition myself to not be as upset when things change. I don't know. Thank you for being here as always. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, being amazing friends, being wonderful people. I appreciate you, and I will see you tomorrow.
Hey, Doc, wait! I want to ask you something.
Today's random fact comes from Wikipedia. How do you measure horsepower? Horsepower is a unit of measurement of power, the rate at which work is done. The most common conversion factor, especially for electrical power, is 1 horsepower equals 746 watts. The term was adopted in the late 18th century by Scottish engineer James Watt to compare the output of steam engines with the power of draft horses.